Hello and welcome to Edukemy's YouTube channel. My name is Harsh Singh, and in this video we shall continue the government schemes in infrastructure sector. Now the theme that we have chosen today is sun, right under the sun. Now sun has been considered as a life giver, as a god, and India thankfully is one of the countries which receives a huge amount of sunlight. India is a tropical country and India receives more than 300 days of solar radiations, clear and bright sky, sunny weather. Now, during the times of climate change, when we are using an increased amount of fossil fuels and it is causing global warming, why not use the solar radiations to create energy? In fact, the amount of solar radiations that we receive per year, that is more than the complete reserve of the conventional fossil fuel reserves that we have in our country. And that is why what is required is to harness this solar energy. Now, India instituted a scheme called as National Solar Mission under the National Action Plan on Climate Change. And that is why this mission has certain important objectives. Since India is a tropical country and it receives huge amount of incoming solar radiations, the chief idea, the objective of this mission is to make India a global leader in solar energy capacity. It's not at all that ambitious to have such target as making India a global leader. Why? Because India naturally receives a lot of energy. So the main idea is to reduce the cost of solar energy production. How will they do that? They will do that by giving subsidies, by doing the viability gap funding. So these are the important ways in which government is assisting the national solar mission in our country, right? Earlier the target was less. Earlier the target was such that India had to produce only 20 gigawatt by 2017, but the renewed target is to produce 100 gigawatt by 2022. 100 gigawatt by 2022. Now this is an umbrella scheme. Umbrella schemes means a scheme under which various components are there, and then they will be achieving the targets in smaller bits and pieces. So one of the scheme is achieving 40 gigawatt and another is for 60 gigawatt. This 40 gigawatt is for the solar rooftop installations. So rooftop of homes and other buildings will be installed and they have to achieve, the government has to ensure achieving 40 gigawatt through them and 60 gigawatt through solar power plants. So this is the two component of it. There are other components. See, if we are trying to have these solar energy production, we need to have solar photovoltaic cells and panels laid on the land area. So increasing the land area, right, under solar power, this is one, another component of it. And another component of it is trying to create the complete ecosystem of manufacturing of solar photovoltaic cells in our country itself. Right now we are importing these. So manufacturing of these panels in India. So these are the important components of this project. Always in use, and it will be in use for the coming 5-7 years at least in our country. So National Solar Mission. Now, as a sub-component of this mission, one of the important schemes is scheme for development of solar parks and ultra mega solar power projects, right? So ultra mega solar power projects and the solar parks. What is the main idea? The main idea is to provide a land space for the industrialists to have the solar park established here. Now what happens is, if suppose I'm an industrialist, right, and I want to have the solar power generation in our country, I find it very lucrative for future. However, when I look for a piece of land, I don't get it. Even if I get it, there is no road connectivity. Even if there is road connectivity, what about water supplies here? Even if there is water, I don't have environmental clearances. There are forests here. So the government is trying to assist by ensuring that the complete land is ready and available for the person. And therefore, the objective of this mission is to facilitate the solar projects developers to set up projects in a plug and play mode. So they are facilitating the industrialists to have a plug and play mode. Plug and play means everything is ready and all you need to do is install your solar photovoltaic cells and the grid connectivity. So giving this piece of land, this is important. Now government is trying to give them bigger pieces of land. The prime reason is this, that if they give them smaller pieces of land, then there are certain shortcomings. So we are talking of economy of scale. Economy of scale means, can it be scalable? No, it cannot be scalable. If you're giving smaller pieces of land, it will generate less electricity. If it generates less electricity, then grid connectivity will become expensive. So there are additional things because of which bigger size of land is being given, so that the total energy created is at least 500 megawatt, at least 500 megawatt. Now, what happens if the government has given land in case the energy production is not 500 megawatt? no problem. In specific cases, it can be less than 500 megawatt as well, right? So, but in only in specific cases, but otherwise 500 plus. So this is an important question. Can it be a rider? Yes, it can be a rider, but in specific cases, government gives exemptions as well. Now, all these schemes are under Ministry of New and Renewable Energy Resources. So here the government is trying to demonstrate to people that, see, this is possible. We are generating employment here. We are generating we are ensuring that there's decreased fossil fuel usage. And one most important component is solar renewable purchase obligations. So the government is going to ensure that the state government follow this norm. Every state government has been given a particular allocated amount of solar energy consumption. So creation and consumption, and this is what every state has to follow. So this will be followed here. Now, the target here are to create 25 solar parks, and then 20 gigawatt of energy production, solar energy, and later it was increased to 20 more. So 40 gigawatt is what they have to produce under this, right? Now, this scheme was initiated in 2014, and the main idea, as I mentioned, is to have plug and play model generated for the industrialist, right? So that they can generate power. Now, the third project that we study today is grid connected solar rooftop program. Read it again. Grid connected solar rooftop program. We are not talking of those solar rooftop where there is no grid connectivity. We are talking of having a grid connection. So there will be wire here, and this will connect through pipes or different cables, and it will be resold. In case I am a person and I have my home, I am using solar rooftop photovoltaic cell, I am using it for my own consumption, that is fine. But under this scheme, we are going to connect them through grids. In case this person needs only 10 units and the person is generating 100 units of it, 90 units of it will be resold. So who is going to operate the scheme? Any guesses? This is again under Ministry of New and Renewable Energy Resources. Yes, but power distribution companies will be operating it. Why? Because we are distributing power through this, right? We are redistributing power, and therefore the scheme is under the power distribution companies. Installation of the project and how much money has to be paid to the people, that will be under the power distribution companies. Now, government is giving some central financial assistance. If I am generating certain amount of power. So in case I am generating up to 3 kilowatt peak power, so 40% assistance is being given by the government. In case it is 3 to 10 units, then 20% assistance is being given, right? This is for individual generation. But if it's a housing project, a complete society resident welfare association doing it, then a flat 20% will be given. One good question. Is it only for residential projects, or is it also for institutional projects, government buildings, educational houses, all of them, industrialists? Yes, it is only for residential projects. So the government buildings will not be covered. Now, this is a very good catch. This is the place where one can get caught. So do remember that it is only for residential projects. Now, the main idea is to have 40 gigawatt of total production through grid connected solar rooftop program, right? And the deadline is the year 2022. Now, the two components of the scheme, the first one, as I discussed, was the component in which people will be given this exemption. So some financial assistance will be given for the grid connectivity at their homes. And the second one is some performance incentive to the distribution companies also, because if they are given certain incentives, then they will be more motivated to install such kind of capacities. Stay tuned for updates. The next video will be on the urban development schemes. If you like this video, if you like our effort, do shower some love on us through likes, comments and shares. If you subscribe to the channel, you will receive timely updates. Thanks for watching.